primary offensive or defensive weapon when you're operating in a strictly non-permissive environment as EP or close protection. So first off, if you work in EP or security within the private sector, you already know that there are a number of limitations that we have to operate within. Essentially, we don't have any sort of government backing or state backing that give us any sort of special privileges. We are operating under the same rule set as a normal civilian. Now, of course, there are certain licenses and training and things like that where you can get certificates and things that may help you, but for the most part, the basic laws and rules of wherever we're at is what we have to operate under. A non-permissive environment is something that is going to come up often when you're with your principal, when you're traveling, when you're going to different venues. And what that means is that you're not able to get into these places, into these venues, into these countries, into these locations with your normal tools that you would usually have. So that could be a firearm, a knife. If, for example, you have a concealed carry license which allows you to be able to walk around with a firearm and things like that, that's great. But what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself traveling to a different country where that concealed weapons license means nothing. Or you're going into a stadium or a theme park where there are barriers to entry, such as metal detectors and things like that. And again, you're not going to be able to get in with your firearm, you're not going to be able to get in with a knife. So what do you do in those situations? What do you have at your disposal? This is where it's essential for us to be forward thinking, understand what the limitations are, and be able to equip ourselves with any tools that we have at our disposal. So my number one go-to tool whenever I know I'm going to be traveling, whenever I know I'm going to be operating within these non-permissive environments is my flashlight, which is a Streamlight Pro Tac, and it has the Thyrum switchback ring. As of yet, I have not been told that I can't enter or go somewhere with this, so we're hoping that doesn't happen to me anytime soon. But I've literally gotten on airplanes with this, through airport security, through stadium security, theme parks, wherever you think would be a non-permissive environment, I've been able to get into with this setup. Now, I want to make the distinction that this flashlight that I carry on me isn't necessarily my EDC. The EDC flashlight that I use is a very small O-light. It doesn't weigh anything, it clips onto my pocket, so I never forget it, it's always on me. This one, usually I'll have it like my secondary flashlight, which is in my bag. But if I know I'm going to be operating in these environments, then this will become my primary, and then I'll usually just dump the EDC one, leave it in my bag. But I have gone places where I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get in with weapons, if there was metal detectors, things like that, and I've had knives on me, and then I've had to dump them, and that's never a good feeling. So let's actually talk about using your flashlight as your primary offensive or defensive tool and some of the considerations for it to be an effective weapon. Now, I want to preface this by saying I'm not a weapons expert. I'm not an expert in hand-to-hand tactical flashlight fighting method. There's a lot of people who are experts and have knowledge in going to these places with non-permissive and other tools and other methods. I encourage you guys to find those people, watch their videos, listen to what they have to say, but most importantly, train. It's not enough to just watch this video or other videos and get the knowledge and just think that you're now able to act when the time is right. Make sure you guys are actually getting out there and training with whatever method and whatever tool you're actually going to be using. I'm simply sharing what I use, what I do in my work, and what has worked for me, so hopefully it gives you guys ideas. So let's get into it. If you're gonna be using your flashlight as a defensive, offensive tool, one thing you want to look for and make sure is that you have a strike bezel on the flashlight. So you can see here, it has those indentations and grooves on it. This is what you're looking for. Now there's some flashlights that have a way more aggressive looking strike bezel and some that even have sharp points on it, which are fine. You can use those as well, but just understand and remember what you're trying to do with this tool. You're trying to get into a non-permissive environment with it. So if it looks too aggressive, if the points are sharp and it looks like it stabs somebody, you're probably not going to be able to get into where you're trying to go. This is really good to be able to just do extra damage, be able to break a window. It's going to be real uncomfortable if you're using it as a pressure point. That's one thing you want to look for. Another feature that I added to this is the Thyrum switchback. It just gives the flashlight more versatility and the main purpose is being able to access it and have it in your hand quickly. For me, when I'm using this as the primary tool, I will keep it here in my left pocket with the ring already there sticking out, so that if I'm walking and if I need it quickly, I can quickly grab it, boom, it's already ready to go in my hand, so I can use it to strike, to pummel, to disrupt. Another feature that the ring has is this little notch, this little point you can see there. I pull it, grip it. This notch is forward facing, so if I need to strike with it, that's not going to feel very good, and it's not going to be too much fun for whoever's getting hit in the face with that. All right, that wraps it up, guys. Quick, short, and simple video. Remember, this video is just to demonstrate how your flashlight can be used as a force multiplier to the skills you already have. The most effective weapon that you have is your training, your experience. So that means getting to those defensive tactic classes, getting to that jiu-jitsu class, that boxing class, whatever it is that is gonna help you in your own abilities. This flashlight is just an addition to the skills that you already have. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys have any questions, comments, ideas for future videos, leave them down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Vactive. Stay sharp.